Hi everybody, welcome to my latest YouTube. Beatle Dave from Derbyshire. If you've just watched my other video that I've just done, this is a bit of like a follow-up. Somebody asked me to go into more detail about the Greek Beatles singles that I got earlier in the year from Pop Culture for Sale. So I thought, I've just done that one, I might as well do one on the American singles that I got. Like I say, I did get them from an internet site. It wasn't just one job lot I bought; it was a mixture, and then I just paid for the whole lot. And it was from Pop Culture for You. Now, all these records that I bought, these singles, belong to a chap called Michael Fishberg, who apparently was quite famous in London a few years ago because he actually ran a record shop called Hawkett Records. And he was also the cousin of Brian Epstein, Beatles manager. So that's a little bit of Beatles history to go with the records that I'm going to show you. Now, I have already done videos on these, but I think his name was Marky Mark. It suggested that I did a more sort of like in-depth view of the Greek ones, because obviously when I did the original ones, I was like looking at them blind. I was like showing them to you as I was actually opening them. So now now I've had a little bit of time to go through some of these records and research a bit of them, and I do know roughly what things are worth now as well. So like I say, thank you to Hawkett Pop Culture for You for letting me buy the records in the first place. So that's that. Now down to the main feature, which is the Beatles US singles. Well, some of them. These are the ones that we got from Pop Culture for You. There is a few duplicates in it as well. So if you saw the original video from a few months ago, this is going to be like a bit more of a detailed video. That's about it. So I hope you enjoy it. So let's get on with it. So the first one is the Beatles, Love Me Do and P.S. I Love You. They did come in these sleeves, and most of them have the record taken out the sleeves because some of the sleeves are actually quite delicate. So yes, like I say, this is Love Me Do, P.S. I Love You, and this is on Toy Records, which I think was like a very small independent American record label, wasn't it? And the catalogue number is T9008. So it's Love Me Do, that's the A side. Then on the B side we have P.S. I Love You. I'll be coming home again to you, love, until the day I do love. P.S. I Love You. So this was the first proper Beatles single released in the UK. Now, when Brian Epstein was trying to get a recording contract for the Beatles in America, Capitol, it was actually owned by EMI, turned them down. So that's why some of these singles was released on sort of like independent labels to start with. Eventually, Capitol did relent and they did like buy the rights out to him. So yeah, this is Tolley Records. Love Me Do. P.S. I Love You. The condition on this, I would say, is very good plus or very good plus plus. As far as I know, it is an original. As I said in the original video that I did about these, I'm not 100% sure because obviously living in the UK, I've never seen some of these. As far it does look original. They're very, very thin sleeves, although this one has come away there. So that is the original sleeve. Same on both sides, technically, isn't it? So, with the Tolley logo there and the Tolley logo there. I've done a little bit of research on this one. And for this, if this is the original, although having said that, this is exactly the same as the one that I was looking at on eBay and on Discogs. But I do think some of them have been like bootlegged or copied, so there's some counterfeits around. But as far as I can tell, this is an original. Now, original without a sleeve of this. It usually goes for around the £50 mark. With the sleeve, it's usually around the £75 mark for one in this condition. Like I say, this is actually in really, really nice condition. Yes, I know the sleeve's not brilliant, but it is basically intact, isn't it? So like I say, yes, you know, estimate for that one I'd say is between the £50 and £60 mark in that condition. Maybe if I was going to sell them, like I say, I didn't ever buy these to sell. I just bought them to add to my collection. Excuse me 1 second. Next we have another Love Me Doing PS I Love You. Again, it's exactly the same as that one. This one's probably not in quite as nice condition, to be honest. It's got a little bit of wear on it and a few marks, but like I say, I haven't actually cleaned these yet. My record cleaning machine, I've got to like buy an adapter to clean singles, which sounds a bit daft, I know. The sleeve on this one, again, has gone in the same place, which seems a little bit strange. Again, as far as I know, it is an original American first press. That one's got a BMI sticker on there. Is it BIEM? Sorry. Like I say, as far as I know, it does seem very, very thick vinyl. So that is why I'm presuming that it is an original. Like I say, it's probably not in quite as nice condition as the other one we've looked at, and the sleeve has got a little bit of ring wear. So I would say that is roughly worth around the £40 mark. It is. Like I say, though, I haven't bought these to sell, so it's immaterial, really, as to what they're worth. I'm just showing you these so that if you ever see them, you know roughly what they're worth and if you're going to be overpaying for them or not. The next one is also on Tolly, and there's a place in Twist and Shout. Now, I presume Twist and Shout was the A side, but you never know, do you? Because that says 9-4. Yeah, no. So according to that, There's a Place was the A side, and Twist and Shout was the B side. Again, it's on Tolly. It hasn't got a picture sleeve this time. And this is Tolly 9001. It's in really nice condition there, to be honest. You know, it's a few little marks on it. I've seen a hell of a lot worse. And I know this one does play well because I have actually played it. Now, the daft thing is, this is quite a weird one because if you go on eBay or Discogs, if you know of any other like pricing sites, please let me know. The range, you know, the price range is quite varied for this. Again, that is presuming it is an original American first pressing, which, as far as I know, it is. They go anywhere on eBay. They usually go around the £30 to £40 mark, but on Discogs there has been some that's gone for as much as £150. That is without the picture sleeve. If you've got a picture sleeve for it, because I think they do have picture sleeves for some of these, but I think it was like very, very limited. So yeah, so what that is worth, I don't know. It's like how long's a piece of string? Basically, it's worth anywhere between 10 and £150, isn't it? I'd say roughly it's worth about £50 in that condition. Now we've got a reissue, an American reissue of Love Me Do with PS I Love You. I think this is from the late 60s, early 70s. It's on the Olders label. So you got Love Me Do, McCartney, Lennon. And then you got PS I Love You, McCartney, Lennon. And the number for this is CL151. Again, very, very heavy record for single. As far as I know, it is an original. I don't think it's worth as much as the other ones. Probably worth around the £10–15 mark. But as a British Beatles fan, finding anything on a label other than what we're used to in the UK is always a plus. Yes, I know that's a bit like old gold what we had in the UK, I should imagine, but I think these predate that. So yeah, I'd say that's worth £10–15 in that condition. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, depending on where you're getting it from. Another Love Me Do PS I Love You. This is a 1982 reissue. Again, it is, all these that I'm showing you, as far as I know, are original, well, USA pressings. So it's on the swirl label. Really, really nice condition after this. That's Love Me Do. So that says Jay Lennon and P. McCartney. Yes, I Love You, Jay Lennon and P. McCartney. It's really, really nice. To be honest, that actually looks like it's never been played. I've only ever seen one other of these, because that is very, very similar to the reissue from 1982 for the British single, isn't it? But the B side, well, the back side, or the back of it is completely different because it advertises the 20 greatest hits LP. Yeah, like I say, the only one I've ever seen of these was actually up for a lot of money. I think they do come up from time to time, but I think the British one is a lot more common than this American one. From what I can make out, I could be wrong. The only one I've seen lately was £75 with the picture sleeve. Would I pay £75 for it? I don't know. I think I would actually, because, like I say, that's the third version of that we've got, haven't we? And that's on, although some of them are Capital and some of them are Oldies and some of them are Tolly or whatever, that is actually quite nice. And it is in really, really, really nice condition. That is excellent, excellent plus that. In fact, I'd go so far to say that is a near mint. Right, the next one is, this is on VJ. This is Do You Want to Know a Secret? And it's VJ587. I think this is an original, but I'm not 100% sure. So that is the A side. And on the B side, we've got Thank You Girl. I know some of these were actually counterfeited, weren't they? It all looks authentic to my eye. The numbers and stuff in the dead wax are actually pressed in and not scratched in. I don't know. But if any of you lot out there are experts in the American singles, please let me know. But to me, that does look like it is an original. And it is in really, really nice condition as well, to be honest. It does look like it's had hardly any play. So I'd say that is a very good plus, or very good plus. So the only thing is, because they were independent labels, I think they went bust, didn't they, in the mid-60s, I think, if I remember rightly. Yeah, I'd say that is an original, so that's probably worth around the £30 mark. This next one, although it is no. This one's got the picture sleeve with it. All right. So again, BJ587. But then it says Disco Imported Diggly something USA on there. Whether it's original or not, I don't know. If you remember this one, this is a weird one because on the back it looks like somebody's actually drawn moustaches onto the Beatles, but there's no indentation or anything in the single, so I presume that is how it was released, which seems a bit strange. But the cover is intact. So that's one with the moustaches, and that's one without the moustaches. And it's hard to say if this is an original or not. It certainly looks like an original because it looks like it's been played to death. That is the A side, isn't it? Do you want to know a secret? And then the B side, thank you, girl. But to me, I don't know. This is where I get confused. From feeling the weight on that, I would actually say that it's a good possibility that is an original, but a very, very well played original. Where the other one is an original, but hasn't or never been played. If that makes sense. Like anything, a lot of, not necessarily just Beatles, but a lot of records that was made in the 50s and 60s. Nobody ever thought they'd be worth any money, did they? They were basically throwaway things, weren't they? Especially singles. I mean, singles. You bought a single. If you couldn't afford the album, the single got played to death, didn't it? That I would say is roughly worth about the £50 mark in that condition. Maybe a little bit less because the cover's nice, but I don't know if the cover's original. That's the only thing, because that to me looks a bit strange, especially with having the things on the back. So, yeah, let's say 20 to 50 quid for that one. Now I've got another copy of it. And this, again, sleeve. The sleeve on this is paper thin. And I mean paper thin, it really is. And it has come away from the sides there, which in one way doesn't really affect it too much, does it? No moustaches or anything on it. So I presume that is an original one. But if you're no different, please feel free to let me know. The record, again, it's on VJ, but to me, this looks like it could be a fake because it just doesn't look right, or it could be a later pressing. So McCartney Lennon, still the same numbers and everything, but to me, that just doesn't look right to me. So I don't know. Again, it's very, very thick record though. I mean, it is. Bet you that's 100 gram easy. If any of you out there know anything about the American Beatles singles, please feel free to drop me a comment or something. I'm not sure about that one, to be honest. So I wouldn't really want to put a price on it. Obviously, if you see it, get it. As long as you're not paying silly money for it. But I would say that is probably, because I'm not sure what it is, a tenner. Watch money going, no, that is the original one. That's worth 100 quid or something. But in one way, what these records are worth, it doesn't matter to me because I didn't buy these to resell. I did actually buy them just to put into my collection because I was, I've got anything different. I just wanted to sort of get. Again, this is a VJ one. And this is a VJ 581. And this is a bit of a strange one because it's got please me on one side and from me to you on the other. So whether this came out like this or it's a reissue, I don't know. But I mean, this one does actually look authentic. The only thing that's thrown me is because VJ, some of them used to have like the rainbow thing around it, didn't like the early Capitol ones. But again, whatever is in that dead wax is stamped, it's not scratched. So, I would say that is, well, it's a legitimate person, I'd say, put like that. It seems strange, I mean, for me too, and then Please Please Me on the B side. But then again, in America, they did do some strange couplings, didn't they? That is no disrespect to you if you live in America. You know, it's like some of the albums, you know, out of like 2 British albums, the Americans could make up to 4 American LPs, couldn't they? So yeah, that's that one. Again, I'm not 100% sure on the value on that. So just to be on the safe side, I'd say a tenner. It's probably is worth a bit more than that, though, to be honest. Now we have. Oh, hang on a minute. We've got another one here. This is VJ. And again, it's Do You Want to Know a Secret? And thank you, girl. VJ587. Now, to me, I don't know about this one, to be honest. I don't think that one's real. I think that one might be counterfeit. I think it could be counterfeit, that one. Or not a legitimate release, shall we say. But it just looks. I mean, if that's a 1963 record, it just looks too new to me. But then again, it could be, because I think it was pressed in different pressing plants, weren't they, and things like that. So they all did have slightly different labels from what I can make out, because it's like even when they went on Capitol, some of the labels are slightly different, and there's things you can read on them, on the dead wax, which will actually tell you where it was, which pressing plant it was printed at, and things like that. Again, that is in really, really nice condition. So I'd say a minimum of a tenner for that anyway. So that's all the VJ ones done. Now we've got Swan. So there was on lots of labels, weren't they? Tolly, VJ, Swan. This is She Loves You. And on the B side, we've got I'll Get You. Now looking at this, I would say this is an original. It does say S41521, I think it is, and that is actually printed into the things just there. I don't know if you can actually see them or etched into it. Again, S4152S. Yeah, because that is the number. That's catalogue number into S4152S, and that is, and then there is something pressed into it there as well, which I can't make out with my eyes at the minute. But then it says "Don't Drop Out" on it, which I don't really know what that means. So, but again, as far as I know, that is an original. On there, it does actually say price guide £505. £505? Really? Is it worth £505? Don't think it is, do you? But hey ho. Now we've got a Capitol one. This is I Want to Hold Your Hand, and I saw her standing there. I think this is a record day one or a reissue. Again, lovely little sleeve, which is intact. Very paper thin, though, to be honest. Very, very paper thin. Yeah, very paper thin. I think my computer might be playing up, or it's trying to catch up. Capitol 5112, and then it says on there 98 cents, I presume that is. But I know it's a later copy because on this bag, which presumes the original bag, it does say I Want to Hold Your Hand, Beatles, and then there is a little barcode on there. And the record is very, very good plus. Very good plus. It's well label. If my computer's freezing up, I will apologise now. Internet has been very, very up and down in Derbyshire the past few days. And it seems like any time you want to do anything, it's either not working or it works and then it just cuts out. So I hope you did see all that. Hope you did. Next up, we've got another copy of I Once Hold Your Hand. This time it's on Apple. So it's a late pressing, isn't it? From late 60s, early 70s. Still got the same B-side. I saw her standing there. So that's the A side. And that's the B side. Don't think these are particularly worth a lot of money either. I think they're worth about a tenner, aren't they, usually? And that one isn't in that great condition, to be honest. Very good at, at the most, very good. Plays okay. And a little bit of background noise, but like I says, I haven't actually cleaned these yet. Next up, we've got Ticket to Ride with, yes, it is, and this is on the Starline label, which is a bit like a budget label, wasn't it? A6288. And unfortunately, somebody has voted on here and put the initials and things like that. But I don't really think that will affect the value of this that much. I don't think it's worth that much, to be honest. But that is a nice condition. I'd say maximum of a tenner. Probably a little bit less, to be honest. Nice to have, though, isn't it? And then finally, we've got Baby It's You. This is what in the UK we actually called an EP because you get 4 songs on it. So you've got Baby It's You, I'll Follow the Sun. And on the B side, you've got Devil in Her Heart and Boys. And this was from the Beatles at the BBC LP. So it's mono. It's all like songs that the Beatles recorded for the BBC. But this isn't the British version. This is the American version. Although you get your Apple bit on there, it does actually say capital just there. And this, in the UK, this sleeve was a lot thicker than that. It's nice though. It is in actually quite nice condition. So on the A side, it's Baby It's You and I'll Follow the Sun. One day you look to see I've gone, for tomorrow may rain, so I'll follow the sun. And now the time has come, so my love I must go. I just love that song. I think the way Paul and John sing that is really, really lovely and very reminiscent of the Everly Brothers in parts. That's my opinion. So on the B side, you've got Devil in Her Heart and Boys. You got the devil in her heart. Yeah, really, really nice condition. I've actually seen this on eBay. Was the other day, and it was the American version like that, not the UK version. And I think they wanted 50 odd quid for it. Like I say, if you're completist and that's the one that you haven't got, you will pay whatever it takes to get it, won't you? And that's going to be it for today, folks. Like I say, all the records that I've featured on my videos today, there's this one, and then there was one on the Greek ones I acquired earlier in the year, a few months ago now, from Pop Culture for Sale, and they belong to Michael Fishberg, who owned ran Harkit Records in London. Now, I've never heard of Harkit Records, but apparently it was like a famous record shop back in the day. And when I was talking to the lad at Pop Culture, who was Michael Fishberg's son, I think that's right in saying, when I was like telling him I was really into Beatles and everything else, he goes, well, my dad, Michael Fishberg, was Brian Epstein's cousin. So, there's that connection there as well, isn't there? Not saying Brian Epstein never saw these records, probably didn't, but you never know, do you? He might have gone in, or he might have been says, well, here's some American records for you. So you don't know, do you? You know, that could be a load of rubbish what I've just said, or it could be true, couldn't it? You know, because I know Brian did used to like import records and stuff, didn't he, as well, especially when he was storing in NEMS and things like that. So, you know, who knows, you know, Brian Epstein could have touched these records. I don't think he did, to be honest, but you never know, do you? It's like just a little bit of stuff to go with what I've just shown you, really. Like I say, all in all, great selection of records there. I've got other American Beatles singles, but this is just the ones that came in the job lot. I'm very happy with them. Like I say, some of them, and I'm not sure if they are, you know, really 100% legitimate releases. The rest of them are, I think, and some of them are worth quite a bit of money, to be honest with you. Well, that's got a bit for today, folks. Once again, thank you very much for everybody that is watching my videos. I hope this has, you know, been informative, because that's the main reason I'm here. Is it's just me showing you my records. If you learn something from it, you learn something from it. If you enjoy it, that's the main thing. Just enjoy it. You know, like I say, it's just a 50-year-old Beatles fanatic showing you some of his records, and all the records that I do show you are my own records. You know, I don't get sent records by record companies and stuff like that to say, you know, help us sell this record or this product. You know, everything I get and show you, I own. It's my own personal property. It's like with these, you know, because I do know the history of these now. Well, I knew the history of them when I was buying them, to be honest. So yeah, you know, that's the thing with record collecting, isn't it? If you can find out a bit about the records you're buying, especially a little bit like that, like the bloke that owned these was Brian Epstein's cousin, and obviously I love the Beatles, so there's, you know, that's the personal bit there, isn't it? That is going to be it for today. Like I said before, thank you, and I do mean it. Thank you to everybody that just subscribed to my channel. You know, it means a lot. If you're liking me videos and viewing them, you know, if you like them, just put a thumbs up, you know, because then that means a lot as well, because then you think, well, yeah, you know, I am doing things that people want to see. Now, yes, I know sort of like this is like a backwards video in one way, because the records I've shown you in this and the previous video I've done today, we have already like featured in another video, but we didn't really go into much depth. We just like and like, because I'd only just got the records, I hadn't really researched them and things like that. It's still a nice video to watch, but I think this is a bit more in depth, if that makes sense. If you want to subscribe, please do. Just press the subscription button down there, and if you press the notifications button, then you will get notifications for when I do things like this. You know, it's just a bit of fun to me. I made a cock up on my video I did the other day, because I actually said it. I've been doing this channel for 6 months. I've actually been doing it for 5. So, you know, we are still a pretty new channel. You know, we would like to try and get more people to subscribe and things like that. So obviously the more people that subscribe, then the more people will know about the records and the things that we are doing. We do other things apart from the Beatles now and again. You know, we do things on other artists, and we do sometimes do things on CDs as well. But as the name says, Beatle Dave, 99.9% of the time, this channel is about Beatles. Yeah. But then again, we do other things sometimes as well. So I'm going to wish you all a happy new year now, because I don't think I'm going to do another video today, and I'm not sure what we're doing tomorrow. I don't know if we're going out, staying in, or whatever. So I hope whatever 2022 brings to you people out there, it's a better year than what 2021's been, because to be honest, 2020 and 2021 haven't been the best years, have they, for a lot of people. So let's just hope that next year will be better. I think it's going to start off not very good, but then hopefully as the year goes on, it will be better. So I think that there's going to be some sort of restrictions, and they're coming into the UK, well, into England. You've already got them in Scotland, Wales, and Ireland, aren't you? Northern Ireland. And I know, like, if you live in France and Germany, you know, you've got restrictions. So sooner or later, they will be coming to England, whether we want them or not, and whether you think it's a good thing or not. I think it's going to come. But until then, you know, just enjoy yourselves, love one another. You know, and if you're collecting, just, you know, look out for your bargains. There's always things to be had. and to be found. I mean, I love going to uh, my favourite record shops are actually in Nottingham, where they live in Derby, and I love just spending hours just looking through the crates. Call it crate digging, don't they? I mean, I just call it record shopping, but I'm a bit old fashioned. So until the next video, it might be tomorrow. If not, it might be New Year's Day. Whatever you're doing, enjoy yourselves. And if you're going out tomorrow, or you're having a party, or whatever, just enjoy yourselves tomorrow. But just remember, peace and love. And I will see you on the next video. And once again, thank you to everybody that has been liking and subscribing to my channel. Thank you.